How's it going, guys? Chronic Rush here, and welcome back to my FIFA 15 Squad Builder series. Welcome back, guys. And I haven't been uploading this Squad Builder series as much as I really wanted at the start of FIFA 15. I wanted to get as many squads for you guys to use. I was going to go up in prices, 25k, 50k, 100k, and so on. Building the best teams from all the leagues and hybrids and stuff like that for you guys to use. But it just didn't go to plan. The main reason I think it was at first, when I very first started my channel, I didn't put goals at the end of the squad builders. I just had fun building the squad builders. I've used the majority of the players, play some games, and tell you how they perform in the games. Then I decided to add some goals on the end in the previous squad builders, and it just seems to take a lot of time in terms of like I'm having gameplay. Gameplay in FIFA takes a long time because obviously. Sometimes you get a goalless draw. Sometimes the goals you score, I don't feel good enough to put in the videos. And also, I've got to record another series, The Road to France, and that requires gameplay as well. So, having gameplay from two series is exceptionally hard, especially when you've got internet that doesn't work if more than one person is on it. And it's hard to balance it up. And I'm having less fun in terms of playing the games on FIFA because I get bad lag and I just come up against some seriously sweaty teams at the moment, and it's just pissing me right off. But I'm still building these squads and I'm having a lot of fun in terms of building the squads, helping you guys maybe use these squads if you are having trouble with me. But the lag is just unreal because obviously if I have more than one person on the internet, I just cannot play, and it is kind of unfair because I can normally schedule time slots when my other family members aren't on the internet, but it is so hard to do balancing up two of these gameplay type series. So I'm planning on probably not doing goals at the end for this episode. I've got some goals, guys. If you've got any suggestions, any comments on that, put that in the comment section. But let's get straight into this episode, the 25k Bundesliga squad. And I had to kind of adjust this team at the start due to the fact that Thanksgiving caused a lot of price fluctuations, and there was also Black Friday and stuff like that, amount of packs being released, and these prices have just slowly gone down as FIFA's come out a bit longer. So I had to change up some of the players. There's plenty of players in the Bundesliga you could use in replacement. I'll talk to that a bit later, but let's get straight into the formation, which is going to be the 3-5-2, and the Bundesliga's got fantastic centre-backs you could choose from. But we're going to start off with the goalkeeper. It's going to be this player here, Weidenfeller from Dortmund, and the players you see on the screen, their prices aren't exactly true what you can pick them up currently on the market, due to the fact I picked these players up a couple of weeks ago and their prices just dropped, which is going to be annoying when I sell them on, but yeah, that's what FIFA is, to be honest. But as you can see there, Weidenfeller is a fantastic keeper to have in FIFA. You've also got other keepers such as Lino as well that are just as good, and I would definitely recommend Weidenfeller in goal. Moving on to the centre-backs here, I had four players that I started off with three centre-backs. It was these three here, Benatia, Socrates, and Santana. Then, due to the price not being 25k, I decided to put Matt Hummels in, who did a fantastic job as well. This is what I started off with. We're going to have Benatia here out on the right-hand side, 84 rated centre-back, and he is a fantastic player indeed. He's got good defending, good physical, not bad pace either of 75, high work rate, so he's going to be there. He's going to move up the field sometimes if he is needed, and that kind of works quite well in that right-hand side spot, and he is a tall player. Moving on to the other centre-back, we have this player here, Mats Hummels, the Dortmund player, 86 rated player, very similar player, not as fast, but still a tall player, most expensive player in the team with 13,500 coins, 88 defending and 78 physical, but I didn't really feel his work rates too much while I was actually playing. I didn't really recognise him at all. He has got a high attacking work rate, and I didn't feel that at all in the game, so that wouldn't be an issue. And moving on to the final player in the centre-back position, I decided to go for Felipe Santana, the Schalke player, and the main reason is because of his pace. I thought his pace would be a lot more beneficial out in that left mid. I know he's a fantastic player. You see him in a lot of squads, and you know he's a very strong card. He's got good work rates as well, good tall player, good strength, good pace. Socrates is just as good of a centre-back as well, guys, if you are looking to use him maybe instead of Hummels or something like that, if you don't have the coin budget. Socrates is still a fantastic 82 rated player, and would definitely recommend him as well. Moving on to the CDMs here, the first pick over here is going to be this player here, Xabi Alonso, the new Bayern player. Did a fantastic job paired up with this player here, Luis Gustavo, another good player. He's got good pace, good stats across the board. They've all got high defensive work rates, which is fantastic. Good passing and dribbling, and they did the job in the CDM spots there. Moving on to the right mid, we have this player here, Shaqiri, Bayern Munich player. It's a fantastic right mid to choose, guys. You've got a number of different players, Farfan, Aubameyang, Muller as well. But I decided to go for Shaqiri. He's got the pace, he's got the dribbling, he's got some fantastic shooting, 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, high attacking work rate, left-footed player on the right. That, you know, guys, I love that, and he is a fantastic choice in that right mid spot. Moving on to the left mid, we have this player here, Son, the Bayer Leverkusen winger, should I say, default in the left wing, so it does cost a bit more to have him in the left mid position, but still a fantastic player. Work rate's not as good, but still work quite well in a 3-5-2 formation, 5-star weak foot as well, so he can cut in on his right and use that perfectly well. Good pace, good dribbling, good shooting as well, and did the job in that left mid spot. Moving on to the cam spot, again, a lot of variation in this spot. I decided to go for Kevin De Bruyne, the Wolfsburg cam, 81 rated player. And he had a fantastic job in that cam spot. 77 pace, not too bad. 81 dribbling, 80 shooting, 80 passing. Maestro chemistry on that bad boy as well. High attacking work rate, 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. Fantastic player. He can ping balls right foot, left foot, shoot right foot, left foot. Fantastic player to have in that center attack and mid spot, sorry. Moving on to the strike force here, we've got the two Dortmund players. First pick here is going to be this player here, Adrian Ramos, Colombian, a very, very similar player to our Barbo in terms of strength and speed. He's got height as well, high attack and work rate, which is pretty nice. Shame he doesn't have a higher weak foot or skill moves, but still, for around, I think you can pick him up for around a K now. He's a fantastic striker indeed. And he's going to be paired up with his teammate here, Ciro Immobile, the Italian standing up top. This guy's a fantastic player indeed to have up top. I would compare him to Mario Gomez in a couple of FIFAs ago. Not the fastest of players, a bit cumbersome, but still, he's got some fantastic finishing, dribbling, and stuff like that. And it works very, very well in that striker spot. So, guys, that is the 25k Bundesliga squad, as you can see on there. For 25k, it's got some very, very good, strong players in there. Like I said, you've got various different cams you could swap out, different right mids, different cams, CDMs, and stuff like that. Centre-back, strikers. You've got a number of players that you could all swap out to your personal preference. But these players here, I use them. They work quite well, and I wouldn't really have any players I would swap out, though. But, guys, that's the 25k Bundesliga squad. Also, before we move into the goals part of this video, what do you think about having goals at the end or not having them at all? Put that in the comments. If I didn't have goals, a lot more squad builders would be out. If I have goals, there would be less of them. So take that into account. Put that in the comments. And guys, I'll speak to you in a bit. Okay, guys, so let's move into some of the goals I scored with this 25k Bundesliga squad. Overall, it performed quite well. It's a very, very strong squad. The three at the back, the three defensive players, very, very solid indeed. They had pace, they had strength. Hummels also held his position very, very well. With his high attack and work rate, I thought that would be an issue, but it wasn't at all. We got the wingers, Shaqiri and Son. They were both good players. Maybe Son a bit, just because I found his work rates very, very frustrating. Like, sometimes he was just playing a bit too defensive. Other times he was just too high up, I couldn't get the ball to him. But Shaqiri is a very, very good player. And obviously, if you had the coins, you could pick up Marco Reus or players like that to put in that left mid position. The CDMs work well. Alonso and Luis Gustavo, very, very strong players in the middle. Gustavo's got a bit more pace than Alonso, so it worked quite well. And they just did a fairly solid position there and did the job in that CDM spot. Moving on to the cam. The cam, you got a lot of different players you could have picked up to put in the position. Mkhitaryan, I decided to go for Kevin De Bruyne, and it's probably a fairly wise choice. Sometimes I did feel like he's a bit lacking. I was expecting him to be a bit more solid in terms of positioning. Sometimes I felt like I didn't have a cam in terms of like he just wasn't there when I needed him to be there. But he still did the job. He had some very, very good passing and shooting on him, and it was a very, very good cam. And then moving on to the strikers, they did the job. That combo has been used a number of times, the Immobile and Ramos strike force. It's got pace, it's got strength, and it's got some very, very good finishing. And I would definitely recommend those two up top. So, guys, that is the 25k Bundesliga squad with a couple of goals. Like I said during the squad builder part of the video, I am considering not having goals at the end of the videos of my squad builders anymore. Just because I feel like you guys are here to watch the squad builders, not really the goals. I don't score any fantastic goals. And also, you're just wanting to find teams to build, maybe to use on FIFA and stuff like that. And if I don't do the goals, I have a lot more episodes coming out, guys. So if you've got any opinions on that, put that in the comments. Also remember to hit that like button. Also remember, if you're brand new here, click that subscribe as well, guys. This has been Crush. Till next time, adios.